Hey, how's it going? So I just saw Fantastic Four First Steps yesterday, and I really enjoyed it. I liked it a lot, actually. I'm not a huge fan of the Fantastic Four, but thanks to this movie, I instantly fell in love with all the characters. Everyone was casted perfectly. I love the visuals of this movie and how it generally looks, and how all the Fantastic Four's history was perfectly represented within this movie. Now I'm just giving my general thoughts, what I liked, what I didn't like about it so much, and how they could improve certain things, and a certain post-credit scene at the end of the movie. This video will have spoilers for Fantastic Four and probably Thunderbolts. So if you want to see it for yourself, please click away. Also, this video is unscripted, so if it just feels like I'm rambling on, now you know. First thing I like to talk about is like I'm kind of like obsessed with like the world we're jumped into this movie. If you see my previous video, you will know this takes place outside the MCU. It takes place within Earth 828, which, fun fact, Jack Kirby's birthday, so nice touch there. And like just having it take place with like a 60s sci-fi vibe mixed with like the Fantastic Four being 60s Americana just like works really well for what the movie's trying to do. And if other superheroes exist within this world, I will actually not mind that. It'll kind of remind me of like a Fantastic Four and Spider-Man life story, just like other superheroes existing within the 60s. Like imagine with like the vibe of Fantastic Four, but with like Iron Man or Spider-Man. That'd be really cool. Talking about all the characters and who plays them. I think everyone for the most part plays their characters perfectly. I was a little skeptical with Reed Richards as I was a little skeptical as for Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards, but he was honestly like probably like one of the best parts of the movie. Honestly, he captures Reed Richards' intelligence so perfectly, and like his stresses, like trying to save the world and all that. And with a little addition of Reed Richards most likely being neurodivergent, which I personally fucking love. Like he literally couldn't pass his fucking driver's test. That's real as fuck, dude. Like my dude Reed Richards literally has the plan to have a fucking panic attack. I love that. And also a certain scene between Reed Richards and Sue Storm, which I'll also talk about in a sec, kind of like resonating with me. Reed Richards essentially saying, I have to think so many terrible things because that's literally my job. My job is like think of the worst fucking outcome so I can work to like avoid that outcome. That's like honestly like such a real line, honestly. Because, we all think that. We all think, like, terrible things, either intuitively or, again, just to think terrible thoughts to, like, avoid those thoughts happening. And that mindset perfectly aligns with Reed Richards as a character. Another casting that's done perfectly is Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm. Also, love the Jack Kirby reference. Vanessa Kirby, Jack Kirby. Mwah, love that. Chef's kiss. She plays Sue Storm pretty well. That's all I gotta say about that. Honestly, a highlight of the movie for me is Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm. He was making me laugh in the theater, dude. He's really fucking funny. He captures the essence of Human Torch fucking perfectly, which I would hope so because he's always been my favorite member of the Fantastic Four. I love the certain arc that Johnny goes through within this movie. Feeling like a sense that he needs to prove himself in some way and show that he's not a bumbling fucking idiot. It's different from the previous iterations we've seen of Johnny Storm, and like kind of like brings a little bit of humanity within him. Like, I low-key think that Johnny Storm might be suicidal in some ways. Let me elaborate on that. Because, like, when he's talking to, like, Shia LaBeouf, he wants himself to be the sacrifice for Galactus. He wants to hand over himself to Galactus, but, that's not his place for that. And, like, towards the end of the movie, he is, like, totally down to, like, knock Galactus back across the universe. And literally, like, tell his uncle... Tell Franklin that his uncle loves him. I'm just like, fuck, dude. I don't know, it's just me like overthinking stuff, but like, I don't think this dude is generally okay. And now that I think about it, that could like potentially lead to like either Doomsday or Secret Wars that he could like potentially sacrifice himself like he does in the comics. Which I really don't want that to happen. Because we were literally just introduced these characters. I don't want them just dying like fucking that. That's like introducing Iron Man in like phase 1 of the MCU, and then like he fucking dies immediately in Iron Man 2. Like what? But unfortunately, I think like someone who takes like the biggest shaft in this movie is the Thing himself, Ben Grimm, which sucks because second to Johnny, he's also my favorite member of Fantastic Four. Like literally, I got his fit on right now, fucking orange on top, blue on bottom. Fuck yeah! But like he has the least things to do. Like his arc within this movie, I wouldn't even like consider an arc because like it's just like not that fleshed out, honestly. And, like, I hate to say it, but, like, him saying it's clobbering time just kind of, like, was whatever. Like, that sucks to say, because that's his most iconic line ever. Like, the way he fucking says it, It's robbery time! And again, that sucks with how Evan Moss Backrack talks about Jack Kirby and like how Jack Kirby literally like put his worldviews and how he views himself into Ben Grimm as a character. Just like that sucks. And just like I just feel like a lot of scenes were cut out from Ben Grimm within this movie, honestly. But back to the highlights of this war. I really like Shia LaBeouf as a Silver Surfer in this movie. So in this movie, it's Shia LaBeouf instead of Norrin Radd. Shia LaBeouf is Norrin Radd's wife, which a lot of people are upset, but most of those people are just sexist prudes. So I'm not gonna pay attention to that. I can also understand like how it could be like kind of disappointing for like long-time Norrin Radd fans. Like Norrin Radd as a Silver Surfer was revolutionary within his inception. Like after he like has his redemption arc, he literally tells his boss, who eats fucking plants, to literally go fuck yourself. I'm gonna do my own thing. Just fucks off. He was the original punk rocker. I'm telling you. And Shia LaBeouf also is a huge highlight of this movie. Literally, all her scenes with like the interstellar type of thing, I was like, fuck, dude. Like all the space stuff when like all the Fantastic Four are into space and Galactus ship for the first time. I was like literally that Willem Dafoe meme. I was like, oh, my. And I saw this on IMAX too, so this screen was fucking big, really big. Oh, and speaking of things that are quite big, let's talk about Galactus.
Hey, yo, Rylie, it's me, Galactus.
Fuck off, Galactus. We're not doing this again. Galactus, dude. Holy shit. Seeing Galactus within that IMAX screen, my jaw was on the goddamn floor, man. Especially when like all the Fantastic Four are just like walking in this like scorned / alien-like environment and just leading directly into Galactus. I was like, fuck, we're dead. We're all fucking dead. And, what's this dude's name that plays Galactus? Hold on. Ralph Ineson as Galactus just portrays the character absolutely fucking perfectly. Like, I love how they portray Galactus in the first place, because, you know, besides being, you know, the biggest fucking threat that he is, how they actually, like, filmed Galactus, it was like a mix of CGI and live action. Like, they literally, like, built a full-on suit for Ralph Ineson to wear and, like, have him, like, walk in front of, like, you know, miniature buildings. So, like, the scenes with Galactus that you see in the movie are, like, a mix of CGI and, like, a real person in a real costume. And as I was watching the movie, as I saw, like, Galactus walking through Times Square, I was just like, fuck. Which one's CGI and which one's the real dude? Now, this movie takes, like, a total tone shift towards the last half. Like, the first half, I was laughing, I was cracking out. I was like, hey, I like these guys. These dudes are a family. I love them already. And then like, the last half instantly turns like a disaster movie. Just we feel like a huge sense of depression within this movie. Like, we're all gonna fucking die and we don't know what to do. Which I think for this movie and for the Fantastic Four, it fits absolutely fucking perfectly. And with what Reed Richards goes through, also just an amazing thing. Reed stressing in between trying to like move the planet Earth into another corner of the galaxy, but Shia LaBeouf like destroys like all his teleporters, preventing that from happening. And him like not being the only choice there is, like using his own son Franklin as bait. Even like before anyone even said that, I was thinking to myself, fuck, they're gonna have to use like their newborn baby as bait. Like there's no other fucking way. But dude, that whole sequence like Galactus coming to Earth in the first place. Oh, that sequence low key had me stressing kinda. Just like the moment where like Galactus almost steps on the line. Excuse me for showing the dogs, but the moment where Galactus like almost steps on the line that like directly leads to the transporter that's supposed to transport him into another corner of space, and he backs his foot up. I was like, we're all gonna die. And like when Galactus like actually gets a hold of Franklin, I honestly did not think Galactus would get to that point. My mic's still on, yeah. Like when Galactus like reaches his hand and just grabs the baby, I was like, fuck, no, the kid, the baby. And like the fake out with like a Sue Storm dying and stuff. That the movie actually had me thinking that they're gonna kill off Reed Richards' wife. I was like, fuck, are they actually doing this? Are they actually doing this? I got spoiled for the post-credit scene, so I knew this wasn't gonna happen. But like the baby literally saying, nah, bitch, you ain't gonna die, fucking brings her back to life. I was like, whew, okay. Full 180 there, but we're good. Shit. That had me tripping for a second. That legit had me tripping, not gonna lie. But yeah, I like thoroughly enjoyed this movie. It was just like all the characters' history being like perfectly represented within this movie. Like literally them fighting Giganto. Literally like the first appearance of the first appearance cover of the Fantastic Four themselves. It's just like, oh, fucking beautiful, man. With them including Red Bull and like supposedly Red Ghost, but that got cut out or whatever. Also, that's also kind of a problem for me. I feel like a lot of scenes were cut out. And just like so much of Stan Lee and Jack Kirby's work were just brought to life in this movie. Like, I'm surprised no one's talking about this scene specifically. So in this scene where Shia LaBeouf like first lands in Times Square, we like pan to like two artists in like a drawing room who are clearly meant to be Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. Like they had the haircut. One dude had like Jack Kirby's haircut perfectly, and Stan Lee had his receding hairline. I'm just wondering like why no one is talking about this scene. Out of everyone here about talking about this movie, no one brings up that scene for some fucking reason. Like that's a beautiful fucking moment. Like, what the fuck? As a spiritual Stan Lee and Jack Kirby cameo, and no one's fucking talking about it. But let's talk about that post-credit scene. I guess there was two, but one of them was a gag scene, so I don't know. It doesn't fucking matter. We see motherfucking Dr. Doom. It's not RDJ, though, from what we assume. We don't even see his face. We just see a dude in, like, a green cloak and, like, him holding a metal mask. I was legit shut. Again, I got spoiled for this, so like the surprise wasn't like that impactful. But I was like, "Oh shit, it's Dr. D." Still not cool with the RDJ casting. I'm slightly over it. It's still kind of weird to me, especially when like apparently with Avengers Doomsday, there's not even like a complete script. They're just shooting what's there and just like writing alongside with them. I was like, "Yep, that's totally how you make a movie." Yep, absolutely. Now I did see Superman before I did see Fantastic Four. And I'm working the fucking the voice cracks is crazy. I swear to God, I'm working on that Superman video. But like I really want to do it with my editor Chip because by the time he sees the movie himself, we both got a lot to talk about. I just want to do that video with him. So it's gonna take a minute. I assure you though, the Superman video is coming. But like in terms of like which one's better, Superman or Fantastic Four, personally, I prefer Superman. You'll see why later on. I'm not gonna say like Fantastic Four is bad at all. It's kind of like weird to have like a whole culture war based on like two comic book movies that are based on like the very first superheroes ever coming out the same month and arguing about it on the internet like it fucking matters. But hey, here's the thing. Allow me to be transparent. I don't think it's a stretch to say like both those movies are fun.
This guy stinks!
I wouldn't say they're both fantastic.
You shut up!
But yeah, that's all. That's why I think of the new Fantastic Four movie. If I could like give it a score of like I'll probably give it like maybe a B plus, actually B minus, because like I do like the movie enough. It's just like I just feel like there's like a whole like 20 minutes missing. Just like you order a cake, you put it in the fridge, you open the fridge, you get the cake, and like half the cake comes. Like what the fuck? Where's the rest of my cake? And with that, I'm gonna give it a B minus. I thoroughly enjoyed the movie as someone who's like not as much of a Fantastic Four savant. But what did you think of the movie? Like the video, comment what you think, subscribe if you want to, and I will see you in the next video when I talk about Superman. Goodbye.